I will be doing my first book haul. I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, let's do this. First, we'll start with Fallen by Lauren Kate. I was at Walmart and I was browsing around in the book section, and I saw this book, and the first thing, apart from the fact that some of my friends have been reading it and giving me really good feedback, is that the cover is stunning. I enjoyed that cover very much. This is I can never really give a summary about this book. Well, I'm still reading it. I don't know if you can see my little paper bookmark. But I will get a link from Amazon and post it down there. So, Fallen by Lauren Kate. Oh, there is a second book, just so you guys know, and that book is Torment. Yes, Torment. So it is a series. Beautiful. Again, covered. That's amazing. I have to go get it. Fallen. Next, we'll do Jerry Spinelli, Stargirl. And I first read this when I was in 6th grade, so 3 years ago. And I think it was one of the books that really got me into reading because it was so enjoyable. Some of the things that happen just kind of like make you want to laugh out loud. Some of the things want to make you cry. It's one of those books that's very emotional in good ways. And I really, really recommend it. So, Jerry Spinelli, Stargirl, and there actually is a second one. I have not read it, and I do not know the name, but if I find a link, I will put it at the bottom. Next, I'll save that one for last. You guys will see. Al Capone. I hope I'm saying that right. Al Capone Does My Shirts by Jennifer Choldenko. Choldenko? I hope I did not butcher her last name. This book is so funny. It had me laughing out loud, literally, obviously, and it's really good. It's in the point of view of a boy named Moose, whose dad is a guard on Alcatraz Island, and it takes place in the 1930s, 1935 to be specific, and at that time, guards lived on Alcatraz Island, and so he moves to Alcatraz with his family, and he has to adapt to the new island where like on one side there's like criminals, and then on the other there's regular people. And he also copes with his sister Natalie, who is autistic. And that kind of adds a more emotional part to the book, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, Al Capone Does My Shirts by Jennifer Choldenko. Next, I will do Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac by Gabrielle Zevin. I got this book for, I think it was 25 cents at Salvation Army. I love going to Salvation Army and getting books because you never know what you're going to find. And this was one of those really, really good choices. And it's about a girl named Naomi who has amnesia. Sorry. And it's really good. She has to deal with a bunch of things, throughout her life. And everything kind of falls into place at the end, and in all honesty, I was very satisfied with the ending. it was a great ending. Okay, it wasn't. There were certain things that I would have preferred to go a certain way, but apart from that, the love triangle, to be exact. Well, it's more of like a square. Yeah, it's like a square, a square love thing. Um, everything was great. Everything was amazing. Next is Change of Heart by Jodi Picoult. And I I read this book. I got it from a family friend, and the only reason I read it was so that I can do a review for a school newspaper. And I fell in love with it. Um, in my opinion, Jodi Picoult is an amazing writer. Um, I know a lot of people say that her I've read what was her novels are all the same because she is really, I've noticed, into law and that kind of thing. So yes, this book involves the law, and it is about um, a guy named Shane who wants to donate his art to a little girl named Claire before he is put on death row. And it just so happens that he murdered her sister and her father before Claire was born, of course. Um, and the mother, June, has a hard time accepting that. And in the end, it was it was a good ending, sad, um, but definitely good. I was satisfied. Next is another Jodi Picoult, The Pact, which I'm reading in my English class. That's why the page is like that, and I hate it. I hate that. And it's good. I was expecting it to be a little more intense, but that could be because my English teacher was like, "Come up with it," and she was really raving about it. But it's good. It's about a teenage couple and Emily and Chris, and Emily dies. You realize that right away. And Chris says it was a suicide pact. So you kind of go through. It works its way from the back kind of to the front. So the first thing you read is how. Well, let's read that excerpt for a second. So there was nothing left to say. He covered her body with his, and as she put her arms around him, she could picture him in all his incarnations. Age 5 and still blonde. Age 11, sprouting. Age 13 with the hands of a man. The moon rolled, slow-eyed in the night sky, and she breathed, breathed in his scent of skin. "I love you," she said. He kissed her so gently she wondered if she had imagined it. She pulled back slightly to look into his eyes, and then there was a shock. So, very dramatic beginning. It works its way from the back to the front. So, you start off with the suicide pact and work your way to what actually happened. Or, not what actually happened, but, how it all came to. I really recommend that. And this book is one of my all-time favorites, and it is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. And this book is about two girls that meet. I want to say junior high. It's either junior high or high school, and one is named. What are their names? One is named. I cannot believe I don't remember their names. That is ridiculous. Tully. One is named Tully, and the other one is named Kate. And they live their lives together. through, like, from the beginning to end, they are always there for each other. And obviously, every relationship has its ups and downs, and you get to live those with them. And you become, I know I did, became very like into it, into their like life, and it was an amazing read. It had me crying by the end, so I really recommend it. So that's Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. And just in case you guys do read that and really enjoy it, I have another Kristen Hanna book, Summer Island. And this one is based more not on friendship but on family relationships, like mother-daughter, sister-sister relationships. And um, it was very good. It didn't have me crying because I don't really think that's the whole point of the book. It's more to show, like, to give you gratitude for what you have, because you never really know, right? Um, but the main characters here are Ruby and Nora. Nora being the mother and Ruby being the daughter, like the disgruntled daughter, you know. Um, and then there's another character, a male, and I cannot remember his name, so I will move on. Next is the. This is a quick read. The Geography of Girlhood, by Kirsten Smith. I hope that's right. Yes, yes. Kirsten Smith, indeed. And it's very thin, as you can see. And I got this at Big Lots for $1. Yeah. It's written in poetry stanzas, something like that. And it takes me a couple hours to read it, and I read it every couple weeks. Not every couple weeks, every couple months, because it's really refreshing to read. It's a good book, and especially for girls, because it takes you through the life of a girl named Penny, who at the beginning is very like shy and not popular, and then she turns into this like rebellious teen, and it's something most people can connect with, so that's why I liked it. So I really recommend it. The Geography of Girlhood. And I saved this one for last because it is my absolute favorite in the entire world, and that is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle May. And this is the first book in the series, a series of 6 books to be exact. And this is in the point of view of Rose, who is a guardian, and I'm not going to go into what a guardian is because it would take too long, but I will read you the back. After 2 years of freedom, Rose and Lissa are caught and dragged back to St. Vladimir's Academy, a school for vampire royalty and their guardians to be, hidden in the deep forest of Montana. But inside the iron gates, life is even more fraught with danger, and the Strigoi are always close by. Rose and Lissa must navigate their dangerous world, confront the temptations of forbidden love, and never once let their guard down, lest the evil undead make Lissa one of them forever. Okay, guys, that was my book haul. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, check out those books. I really recommend them. Alright, bye.